Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me. And I can't choose why I
Hey, folks, here we are. Happy Halloween. Well, I guess
Oh,
it's
jeez,
past.
don't say
All
that.
right, forget it. Hey,
Cut. What are you,
Happy
crazy?
election week. Happy Christmas.
No, happy Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving.
Hey, happy
this,
turkey
This comes
day.
out in 9 weeks. What are you, crazy?
What are we, terrorists?
Hey.
Okay.
All right. Or the heroes, depending on who you're talking to.
This is it for me. You got the Rugrat in there. I got one on the way. This Thanksgiving, this Christmas, this New Year's. This is all I got.
Yeah, you're down to the nitty gritty. Enjoy those fat tits, those hot orgasms, and the sun is shining because, woo, it's all crashing down.
It's all pipes. It's not good. I feel like the scene with George where he's like, "Live, damn it." He's looking at his hairline.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah, get the sleep in. But everyone's like, sleep while you can, but it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't make a difference.
It's like you could sleep 48 hours a day for
Yeah.
6 days.
Yeah.
You're still going to not sleep when you have the baby.
That's true, and it's still gonna suck. It's not like you go, "Oh, let me cash in on some of that old sleep I got."
Exactly. Well, people do that too to like catch up on sleep when you have the baby. Like you come home and people are like, "I'll watch the baby for an hour so you can sleep," which is nice, but it's not like you're like, "I'm back."
Yes.
It's not physically possible to catch up on sleep.
right, and it's not like you can go, "Beep."
Right.
You know, you're gonna sit there, you're gonna look at your phone, you're gonna jerk one out.
Well,
call your dad.
I'll say this to you though, because I know you struggle to sleep like I do, because our
Yes.
brains are meshed. The best thing that happened with the baby, not the best thing, far from the best thing, but one great thing is I don't struggle as much to fall asleep now because you're so fucking wiped out.
You're just out.
You guys could sit here and have a conversation, especially if Chuck was doing the talking. I would pass right out. I would
Yeah.
just be gone.
I gotcha.
So you'll have less trouble sleeping,
okay.
but you have more things to do when the baby sleeps. Like everyone's like, which Tony Deo has one of the best jokes of all time. You know Tony Deo's joke?
No, I like Tony.
The old cliche is sleep when the baby sleeps. He's like, okay, I'll sleep when the baby sleeps. And I guess I'll just do the dishes when the baby does the dishes, and I'll do laundry when the baby does the laundry. It's like,
Funny guy.
that's a good joke. I think it's
Great.
gone viral a couple of times, but you're like,
He should have done the Trump show. Tony.
yeah.
That would have been fun. Clean, suit, nice.
Yeah, they got the wrong Tony.
Exactly.
Something tells me Tony Deo doesn't quite align with the Trump rally, I suspect.
He's getting older.
But he's a great guy. And speaking of which, I shot my Tony's a trooper, so I shot the special a while ago, and I just haven't got around to telling the story yet.
I can't wait.
It was not 2 days ago, I'll tell you that. It was whatever.
Yeah. Happy Hanukkah. But that's the beauty of this show. I've been dying to hear about the special. I texted you about it. I want the full juicy scoop.
Let me give you the juicy scoop, but while we're talking about Tony, let me just linger on Tony for a second.
Tony.
Somewhere there was a miscommunication. So Tony and Andy Hendrickson, two of my best buds, great guys, great comics, formerly Astoria losing everybody, by the way.
I know.
Just one at a time. The neighborhood was a cornerstone of comedy.
Oh, can we do the list?
I mean, well, Soder's gone. I'm gone. Vecchione's gone. Shane's gone.
Yeah, wow, jeez.
Stavros has got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot in
The
Greece.
buffet. Yeah.
But he's going to be going soon, I think. But who
Yeah.
else was out there? You know, someone else was out there that I was thinking about.
You had Moody McCarthy, you had Pat Dixon, you had
John Fish.
Oh,
He's
Fish.
gone.
Ted.
Ted Alexandro gone. There was someone else big though that lived in Astoria for a minute.
Oh, really?
Who's big?
All
Tim Dillon.
He lived in Astoria?
Tim Dillon was in Astoria.
No, I can't
100%.
picture that fat homo waddling down Queens Boulevard.
He's the most Astoria guy. He's like blue collar. He's got the accent. He's fat. He's gay.
Okay.
It's very Astoria. He's all sloppy and chewing with his mouth open. That's
Right.
Queens.
I guess so, yeah.
He is a queen.
He's a queen.
Yeah.
Yes,
So Tim Dillon was
queen.
there. I mean, think of the net worth of these people that have left Astoria.
I know. They're losing billionaires like San Francisco.
Absolutely. And me.
Yes.
Thousandaires.
Now we're talking. Brendan Air.
He's good. He lived there and he's gone.
No, how about that? He was a pro.
He might not have lived there. I can't remember. He's in Portland, Maine, though. Great guy. Brendan Sagalow lived there. He's gone.
He left?
Yeah, he's in Sunnyside, Tits. But anyway, so Tony Deo, our pal, he has a record label with Andy Hendrickson. Next album you should do with them. They're awesome. They give you a
really?
great deal. Yeah, it's
Okay.
comics. And your serious money
Hey.
straight up the pipe.
Nothing wrong with that.
So he's an audio in addition to being a comedian and past guest of the show.
Yes.
He is an audio engineer. And as soon as I decided to do the special, I said, we're doing the record with Ghost Runner. That's his company. I want Tony Deo. Yada, yada, yada. Tony Deo, I'll see you this weekend. I can't wait for the shows. Boobily boop, skippity bop. Uh-oh, Chuck's making adjustments. We all right? Tony Deo goes, hey, I just arrived in Chicago. Can't wait to party. Let's get a set of deep dish pizzas. Then he goes, hey, I'm at the venue. The production company you hired has their own audio engineer. He's already set up. He's doing a great job. He's a big fan of yours. And he's like, so I'm heading back to Chicago.
What?
I mean, back to New York.
What?
He's like, I would just be doing someone else's job.
What the hell?
So I called my manager and I'm like, hey, we got 2 audio engineers. Who fucked this up? This is crazy. And everyone just kind of went, I don't know.
Oh.
But Tony is such a mensch of a trooper. He's
Yeah.
like, you're in good hands. I'm heading home to see my son.
Wow.
If that happened to me, I would be like fucking Earl Weaver. I'd turn my hat around and kick dirt and scream and say, fuck you, you piece of shit.
Wow.
I got child. I just flew across. But also, how about... That's a
Wow.
good dad and husband. He's like, I'm going back to the airport to fly home. I would have told my wife, oh yeah, I'm recording the sound. And
Yeah.
I would have been at every titty bar. I would have been at a whorehouse, a prostitute
Yes.
den, and a clown shop.
Because once you're out, you're out. You're
Yeah.
like, hey, they think I'm gone anyway. I might as well milk this.
It's 2 free days. I would have met a girl and made her my own.
Yeah, I'd be in Mexico right now, just at the craps table.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm heading home, heading home.
Wow.
I mean, I would have been on a slip and slide on the Sears Tower right into a big bush of a fat Asian lady.
Hang on.
But anyway, well, there goes the YouTube money.
We had a good run.
But anyways, not really. We never got monetized. We had a very bad run on YouTube.
We had a walk. Ghost Runner. God damn it. Well, hey, Tony Deo, I mean, I like that because he was probably like, oh, I got to leave my family. I got to go do a gig. I got to fly. And then when you get that out, sometimes you're like, I'm out. This is all I needed.
There's part of me that's like, he must be annoyed, but also that feeling of, I got 2 days of work, and they'll be like, I have no work?
Yes.
It's not, and then it's not your fuck up, so you're like, great, I'm off. And we're still putting the record up with him, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was
Still
a big.
flew there.
And then I was like, I'm so sorry, I fucked up, I'll pay. He's like, hey, it's not your fault, don't worry about it, you're the best. And so they're just the nicest people, him and his wife and son.
Sweet man. He's a lunch human. Good egg there, Deo, but sorry about that. I would have felt horrible. Just picturing him getting the Uber, packing, flying, the other Uber. Brutal.
Oh no, it's like awful. And then everyone was like, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
weird. I'm like, whatever.
It feels very 90s, like, oh, let's get the next flight out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the next flight out guy.
But that's Pete Correale used to have that great joke about someone dies and you're like, I'll be on the next flight out, and he's like, the next flight out? Do you know how much the next flight out costs?
Yeah,
He's like, it's like
exactly.
$3,000. He's like, I'll be on the next flight out in 14 business days. That was a great joke. Why am I doing this? Oh, I guess because he acted it out with the phone.
Oh, yes. I thought you were hurting. Earache.
Anyway, so yeah, I'll get into the special. I want to hear where you've been and all that stuff. But the special was awesome. I got a couple little gay stories, but Luke Mones opened. We did Zany's
Woo-wee.
Rosemont, which was fun because I did Zany's Rosemont, I think in like 2017, it was years ago. Sal Volcano was at the arena with the Impractical Jokers.
Woo-wee.
He came over, did a guest spot. I didn't even know Sal that well at the time.
Wow, guess that.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Were they like, look at the celebrity here? That was the primo Joker time.
Yeah, what's funny is like, we talk about this a lot. Entertainment is so splintered
I know.
that I was like, this place is going to explode when he comes out. And there was like a little bit of a pop, but there's so many fucking people in the country that as big as Impractical Jokers are, I still think you can have a room full of 300 people where 200 people are like, who's this guy?
I know. It's funny how that worked. I saw Louis at the stand the other night. He went up, and I was like, here it comes. He's going to get the big pop. I love watching the pop. 2 people, like, oh, that's that guy.
Wow, interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Well, you think about, I mean, like, you're a billionaire, Tim's a trillionaire, Shane's a quadruple billionaire.
Oh, yeah.
My parents don't know who Shane Gillis is.
No,
and I've told them who Shane Gillis is, but they don't listen.
Yeah, he's like the Sultan of Brunei now. He's like wearing crowns and jewelry. He's huge.
But anyhow, so when I did Rosemont, I remember saying this would be a great spot to shoot a special.
Yes.
And this is years ago, and I always had it in the back of my head, like a bullet in JFK's head.
Oh, yeah.
And I just thought that'll be nice. And so this year I did my big comedy Village Underground trilogy with Cats, R.I.P. And I love the Village Underground, but I thought I got to mix it up, change it up, do a different spot.
Cats will land on his feet. All right.
That's good.
Okay.
That is very good.
Hey,
Let's
come
take a
on.
moment to say that is very good.
on.
That is nice.
Cat's Deli.
Yeah. But anyways, so I went with Chicago. I said, let me do Rosemont, Zanies, and then we'll shoot at Old Town because it's so goddamn beautiful, cinematic. It's so spectacular. It's narrow with the headshots and Leno and all these people, and it's red and black and beautiful.
Yes.
And these guys, I got to give a shout out. I forget the name of the company. God damn it.
Damn it.
I was just looking at Chuck. You have no idea.
Miramax.
No rape.
Touchstone.
Hold on. Touchstone. Orion.
I
Wait a
went
minute.
Orion.
Originator Studios.
The originator.
Originator Studios. These guys, they did Stavros's, they did Martin Ubano's, and that's it. But they,
Okay.
I brought them in, and these guys kicked ass. Willie and Derek. You never meet a Willie anymore.
No, it was a white Willie?
Certainly, yeah, that's what I was going to say. You don't meet a lot of white Willies ever.
Wow, the great white Willie.
I'm going to give you a white Willie.
Ah, no.
But, yeah, White Willie and White Derek, God bless you. We love you. These guys kicked. They brought a smoke machine and a makeup lady and a camera guy, a sound,
Wow.
key grip, the whole thing.
Makeup lady.
And it was set up to the 9s or the 10s, whatever. And Luke Mones came and
9/11.
opened. Ooh, that's the sound and smell of 9/11.
Sorry, that went all into the couch. I couldn't get my asshole up off of the fabric.
Been there. Story of my life. But anyways, yeah, the special was fucking amazing. I don't even have a
Yes.
great story about it. It was just a great time. We did 4 shows. The Tuesdays came out, packed it out. There was hot Tuesday ladies,
Yeah.
ugly Tuesday guys,
Yeah.
almost no minorities to speak of, which was disappointing.
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Wait,
no.
boo.
Boo.
And but yeah, 4 shows. The second show in Rosemont was like the great. It was like one of those ones where you're like, we got it. That's the special.
Wow.
And had some fun crowd. And I'm like a Native American. I'm like going to be like use every part of the buffalo.
Yes.
We shot backstage, crowd work. I did warm up before Luke came out. That was
that's
fun.
big.
I'm using it all. So get ready for a ton of content. Punch Up Live, YouTube, and this special is going to be hot dogs all the way.
Wow, king of content. You got the title. Let me ask a couple of fat questions here,
Please
Fatty.
shoot.
All right, so you said you did 2 at Rosemont, 2 at Old Town.
Yeah.
The first Rosemont was a little shaky, I heard.
Yeah, well, first of all, it was one of the audio engineer, Tony's replacement, who's a big Tuesday, him and his wife,
Oh.
both, a couple of gays.
Wow, gay
Huge
couple.
You should think about using these folks.
Okay.
They're very, very good. But anyways, they were concerned about the AC, Slater,
Yes.
Atlantic City. So they turned the air off, and in the middle of the set, I'm doing this thing where I'm looking out, and everyone's like this.
Oh no.
It was like Michael Jackson, '86. People were fucking falling down and carrying them out. I was like, can we do something about this?
It's a black church.
It was crazy. I mean, it was 1,005 degrees. So I think that affected the crowd a little bit. They ended up picking up steam and being hot the last 25, 30 minutes.
Okay.
The second show, they were like, we got to do something. This guy's he's a cunt. He's worried about the heat. It's crazy. So they turned the AC up to 50 in between shows.
Whoa.
And then they come out on stage, and I'm like, can we do something about this? Every single person was like this. I'm like, can we just do 65?
There we go. Meet in the middle.
But anyway, so the first show was tough sledding for a while. Mona's bombed, but the rest of them we all killed. And
Heat and cool is such a huge factor. No one talks about it. So New York right now, I guess the global warming, anal climate, whatever, is we haven't had it's hot as balls out there.
it's a high of 79.
Wow.
Today.
Remember when Halloween was cold?
Yes, of course.
As a kid, it was like, oh, I'm wearing my, outfit of who'd you dress up as a kid? Epstein? And then you're out there and you're like, oh, man, this is freezing. But now it's like, it's Halloween and it's 80.
Yeah, and you got to ditch the costume because it's too hot.
Yes, that's new. You had to have the jacket on back then.
It's the opposite of Seinfeld bit.
Yes, get your coat. I didn't think Superman had a parka, whatever it was. But, yeah, I think last night, it's late October, so everybody's like, hey, put the heat on. So every club was hot, and now you got the guy with the jacket in the club, and the heat is on. He's sweating. The heat is on. It's like that Letterman thing where everybody's in the heat like, and they're not laughing because they're just too relaxed and too warm.
And their mind is off of the show.
Yes.
Because they're like, I wish it was cooler.
Right.
So it was tough. The second show was cooler and hotter.
Okay.
Ironically.
There you go.
And then Zany's Old Town is so beautiful, but it is tough to like murder there because it's tight and long.
Yes.
And you're so high. I like a low stage, as you know. I like the people right on top of you. And this one, you're very high. But it still was great. We got some great stuff in there. And we just have so much to work with. It was so fun.
Oh, great.
And Mones was such a great hang. He's very calming and funny and handsome boy. And the girls love him. The boys are always like, he's not even attractive. And the girls are like, you're retarded.
Oh, he's 6'8".
He's very hot. He's a too many teeth smile.
Yes, a lot of
that going.
teeth. Big Jew temple of a man. But let me ask you this. You do 4 shows. I did 4 as well for the Netflix. You get real loosey-goosey on those later episodes.
Well, especially after the Sunday night we did Rosemont, you did the late show. That was like the hottest one. So I'm like, we got it.
Yeah.
So then, and I said this to the audience at Old Town. I was like, we don't even need you. Like, we have it in the can, but this is like an audition for you. Like, if you guys are hot enough, you'll make the cut.
That's good.
Like, you guys got to be good. It doesn't matter what I do.
I
You guys
love it.
have to be hot. And they were like, oh, here we go. And so they ended up being great and
That's
fun.
genius.
And then, I started doing some silly crowd work shit, and that was fun. So I might do a whole crowd work. Special's a weird word. Crowd work, nonsense.
Content.
And, sort of.
Footage.
Footage. We'll go with footage. There's no handage.
Yeah, there we go.
There's bandage.
Ah.
Boy, we are running out of steam on this show.
No. The special's exciting. I can't wait till it comes out. And Chuck. So, very exciting. And you got, what is this, 4 in 4 years?
4 and 5 years, plus 2 feature films, I might add.
Oh, and a baby.
And a podcast, and a baby, and a hook shot. Synergy, we're back. So, this is the one that's going to blow it up.
All right.
Those last 3, I thought were going to move the needle. They didn't even do anything.
This is it.
This is the one.
Yes.
I think that now there's not as much content coming out.
Right.
There's not as many specials coming out.
True. It's a desert.
A vacuum out there.
Yes.
It's nothing. Nothing's happening as far as content and comedy goes.
It's a drought.
Nobody has multiple podcasts and multiple Patreons and a YouTube special every 10 minutes. So I think this one's gonna right to the top.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Well, you have none under 1 million.
I got them all over 1 million.
That's nice.
The first one has 10 million. The second one has 2.5 million. The third one has 1 million. So I'm going in the right direction.
Well, you're the go-to when I say, like, there's a lot of specials out there. YouTube specials aren't what they used to be. So if I were you, I would shop this Nazi around, try to get it at a rally or a streamer, because I feel like YouTube is starting to slide off the back end.
Right, but I still think YouTube is still the most. YouTube and Netflix are the only ones everyone's watching.
That's true.
We're at a point now where literally your team says, well, no HBO. That one's embarrassing. Nobody watches that. That's where we're at.
How crazy is that? It's like saying
Very
men
crazy.
can get pregnant. Wait.
Uh-oh.
No, but I'm just saying, like, HBO was the gold anal. It was it. It was the pinnacle, the mountaintop.
Yeah, now it's like, yikes. You hear about Tony? He's on HBO.
Tony Deo. He blew it. Too nice of a guy. But, you got the sound engineer. You got to make some serious money. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. Maybe bleep the name. But he put out a thing. He's like, if anyone has any extra material that you're fucking around with, send it to me. I'll put it on Sirius. So I had some crowd work shit. I had some topical shit. I sent it all to him. 30
Really?
minutes. Just boom. Here you go. I put it up there.
No kidding.
So moolah in
Nice
the
check.
mailbox.
Yeah, why not? Mailbox money. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the special. I want to pitch this thing to Netflix. I don't understand Netflix. You got a lot of people on there. I've been on there. I was on there 9 years ago, and they want to see it. They want to see it. So I'm going to send it their way and say, hey, shove this in your ass. I think it'll make you come.
Yeah. What the hell? You picked up Ari. He's ugly.
He took a shit on the fucking stage. And they're like, to announce this Netflix special, take this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Take this special and shove it.
Yeah. Now you got to do a miscarriage or a diarrhea. You got to one-up them.
Yeah, it's, we'll figure maybe I'll come a note that says Netflix.
Come a note. I like that.
But either way, it's coming at you. Probably not for another few months, unless it goes on Netflix. That'll be 2 years from now.
Wow. Well, on the flip side, last weekend I had a guy open for me and shoot a special.
Shot a special while opening?
Yeah.
Can you say the guy's name?
Sean Murphy.
That way, Murph.
Yes.
We love Murph.
The uglier list, I call him. But it's a tough one because you're like, I'm offended, but I said uglier.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, uglier implies ugly for the initial. It's ugly and uglier. It's not dumb and not dumb.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Dumb and dumber.
True.
It's ugly and uglier. That's all right.
Well, you can be still hot and have someone be uglier than you.
No, you'd say not as good looking.
Oh.
He should be not as hot, Joe List. There we go. We settled it.
Not
I'm
as hot,
and
Joe
he's not
List.
quite as hot.
All right, we'll go with that.
There it is.
The water cup is half full, half ugly.
Done deal.
Got it. Okay, well.
Oh, he's completely ugly.
Oh, yeah. So David tells that he looks like a ladder with glasses. That was funny.
That reminds me of Tom Dustin once said about a woman, she's all neck. He goes, she's just a long neck of a woman. Well, that was funny.
He's a funny son of a bitch.
He sure is.
Oh, David Tell also said Sean Murphy looks like a butler in a haunted house. Which, I mean, that is poetry.
That's good stuff.
So we're doing 7 shows at Hilarities in Cleveland.
And you're shooting all of them?
He shot all of them.
Whoa.
Because you can't go wrong. Like, I think he got it in on the second show. And then after that, it's just bang it, tweak it, twist it, flop it, poop it. And, yeah, he got it.
Now, is it a half-hour special, or did you do an hour over the course of the week?
Well, what's impressive about him is I have material where I'm like, that joke needs to go after that, or it's nothing. This joke has to go second, or it's fucked. This joke has to go at the end. His jokes are so good, they can just be put. So he did a half hour on the first show. Then he did a different half hour on the second show. Then he did another half hour on the third show. And then he just kept flipping and flopping.
Wow, that away, Murph.
Yeah, so we got it. We sold it all out, and you get a nice check. And
absolutely.
They're so nice over there. And it was one of those magical weekends. Maddie Weiner is in the small room. She's fun.
She should be in the big room.
Well, I was in there.
Well, on a different week,
I see.
I'm not saying you should take the small room.
We should do a duo. But then Jordan Fisher was at the Funny Bone.
Hey, this is a Cleveland Funny Bone?
It used to be the Improv.
Oh, right. It's kind of a BLACK room.
Yeah, urban, they call it.
That's right. Uptown.
BLM. So, all right. So they had him over there. So we all did the big lunch, and after every night, we'd all meet up and drink and hang out.
Oh, that's great. I love Fisher. Haven't seen him in a long time.
Great guy.
That's a
funny
handsome
guy.
boy.
Yeah, he's cute.
Very funny, handsome guy.
Light-skinned brother, which I think is a positive in the world. But great guy, funny guy. We hung out. We talked comedy. We chopped it up. And it's weird. I pulled your line. I was like, we could do this in New York.
I know.
But we need to fly somewhere, get a hotel, and then we'll hang out.
It's the classic thing. People are like, you're in town, I'm in town, let's hang. And I'm like, we live down the street from each other. I've never seen you in my life.
Exactly.
I had that, not that long ago. Someone was like, let's get together, have lunch. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
We've lived in the same city for 17 years.
I know.
0 lunches.
I know.
But it's fun on the road. And that Maddie Weiner, I say it all the time. I got to say it everywhere. So someday when she's on a private jet, fucking the Beastie Boys, I can be like, I told you so.
Yeah.
She's going to be the biggest.
She's got it.
She's got it. She works her ass off. She's so funny, makes me LOL. And Maddie Weiner, go follow her. Get on it now so you can say you were there.
Big fan. Yeah, I popped in. I would do my set. Then between shows, I'd pop in on her show. Just kill it in the small room. Zinging and zanging. She's a pro. She's going play, and I think she's like 18 or something.
Yeah, I met her. She was underage. I think she was 19 or 20.
Good for you.
And yeah, too old for me. But now I
Sure.
think she's 24 or 25, something like that. It's crazy.
Man, she's got a head on her shoulders. She loves comedy. She's fun because some comics, I'm not going to say any names, but you're like, hey, that one Louis bit. And they're like, who? And you're like, Louis, the comic? And they're like, Louis, I don't know him.
Right.
And you're like, all right, what are you doing here?
Yeah, she knows her stuff.
Yeah, so we had a great weekend, flew back, got upgraded. I'm Diamond finally.
Woo!
That's a peach. No
Diamond
lounge in Cleveland.
For next year or this year?
This year, right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Do I lose it when the year flips?
Yeah. But you should have had it all year.
I just
It
got
starts
it.
in January.
Oh.
No, that means it starts next January. If you just got it, it starts in January.
Oh, okay. Well, it says Diamond on the ticket.
Well, then you've had it all year. You can't just get Diamond in the middle of the year.
I got an email. Hey, you've been upgraded to Diamond, or you made it, fatty.
Okay. I think this year goes to next year, unless I'm gay. Because
Dustin
I'm Diamond
Diamond.
this year and I got it for next year. But either way, he's dead and was a hack and a thief, from what I understand.
And a porn star.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know
Everyone's
Dustin
star.
Diamond did porn?
Everyone's star. There's no porn extra. There's no
Yeah.
porn character actor.
That's true.
Why is star and porn? Could this be a bit? Why is porn
I
and
think-
star put
I
together?
I think it's been done.
Right.
I've heard it, but
But
it's
I've
a
never
good
heard
point.
porn actor.
Yeah,
You just hear porn star.
right.
But I guess they star in the porn.
But then we're comedy stars. We
Yeah.
star in comedy.
I started a movie. Am I a movie star?
Oh, yes.
So back to porn star doesn't make sense.
No, it's no good. Well, you have to have degrees. You can't all be porn stars because I haven't heard of half of you, and half of you getting fucked in the ass.
That's what I'm saying. I got fucked in the ass in my movie, but we cut it. It was Louis J. Gomez's scene.
You got to put that on the Patreon.
That's not a bad idea.
Wait, is that real?
He didn't fuck me in the ass.
But
no.
I mean,
His
you have that
scene-
scene?
Yeah, I think we played it at Skankfest last year.
Wow, Broke Hack Mountain. Yeah, I did Cleveland. It was super fun. 7 shows. We did 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. Wait a minute. No, 2 Friday, 3 Saturday.
Oh,
2 Sunday.
wow!
Yeah, and
That's a hell of a weekend.
you get so much out of it, Jerry. I mean, you're really working and grinding, and you're in the green room dicking and docking, and you're like, hey, here we go. I got something, and you try it on stage. It works. It doesn't work. These theater gigs are great, but you can't. If I was doing clubs this whole time, I'd have a new hour.
Right? You're telling me.
There you go.
This is the beauty of not being successful. But yeah, it's so fun, and that's why like I shoot specials. People are like, "What did you do? You got another special?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm tired of these fucking jokes, and I
Yeah.
want to tell new jokes.
Right.
Things happen to you that are funny that you're like, I got to go tell this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're all mumble jumble because you got too many jokes. You're like, let me shoot these and put them over there so I can work on these babies, because that's the real fun of it.
That's the fun of it.
It's not once you have a completed act, it's not fun.
Well, it's fun to get to kill.
It is fun to kill. That's true. It is fun. It's still fun, but
Yeah.
it's funner when you're like, I got this thing. It's 3 days old. I figured it out. This is so fun. I can't wait to tell this. Because sometimes you kill. It's like the Colin Quinn thing in Comedian. When you're killing and miserable, that's when you know your act is good.
Yeah, so
You're like,
true.
big deal. That worked.
God, he's got some wisdom. But
He's got the most.
And I get the fun part is working on it and trying new and all that, but don't you feel bad when the new isn't there yet and you're bombing? Or at least that's me. I'm just like, oh, this isn't where I want it to be. You picture yourself going up there and like finding it and having some like epiphany and great moment where you're riding the waves and you're doing all new, bebopping and scatting off the dome. But for me, it never is that.
Well, I guess what I'm talking about is it's fun when you have new that's working.
Right.
Obviously, it's not fun to be like, nothing? Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's not as fun.
Yeah.
But it's fun when you get it cooking and you're telling a joke that works for the 11th time instead of for the 175th time. That's really fun.
That is the best. Good point.
And you start to shape it. You're like, I wonder what this is going to look like. This is going
Yes.
to feel different. This is going to be queefy and gay.
Now, I feel like I don't want to blow you too hard.
Please blow.
We are on the casting couch here, but I feel like you, and I might have said this before, you feel like you turned some kind of switch where you're like, went from good to, I know me, I know my voice, I know where I'm at, I know how to make this mine, I know how to make this funny immediately. I'm cooking.
Yeah, I feel cookie.
Yeah,
I'm a big cookie. Well, you start to figure it out and feel it and say, this is going to be funny. This is a funny thing. I think. I don't know. I don't like to talk about it because I feel I'm going to lose it.
I know. You're right.
You don't want to talk. Once you start talking about it, you're like, I sound like an asshole, and I feel like you don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
People are like, how do you do it? I'm like, shut up. Don't say anything.
You're not going to jinx it because it's in there. I can see the change. You go on and you're loose. And Nick Turner, once, years ago, I noticed he went from like good to great overnight. And I go, what happened? What flipped with you? What changed? And he goes, I'll never forget this. He goes, I used to be nervous about going on stage. Now I can't wait to get up there. And it changed my whole mental state.
Well, I definitely feel that way all the time. Every time I always say, I'm like, whoever the opener is, it feels like they're doing an hour. You're like, oh yeah, just get off so I can get up there. I want to have fun, and it's my highlight of my day. I enjoy it the most on the road, anyways. Here it's with my son, but
yeah,
you're just like, yeah, it's fun, especially when you're selling tickets because now they're there to see you. Which for the first, that's a big difference too. For the first whatever amount of years, 15 years or whatever. It's people that just came to a show.
Paper.
Now it's filled up with your people, and you're like, this is going to be great, because they're excited to see me, and I'm excited to see them, so it's a big fucking come love fest.
Yeah, come on my ass.
So that's a big difference, and yeah, I love it. I do love it so much.
It is great.
And I'm grateful for everyone that comes out. It's like
I know.
You feel touched and loved. You do a meet and greet, and everyone's so kind. I did Comedy on State leading up to Zanies, which I've said it a million times. We always say it. That is the best club. And this is what I want to do. I want to have I hope we're not getting too inside baseball here, and I have a couple stories. But
well, please.
You want every club owner and manager to come spend a weekend at Comedy on State.
Yes.
And be like, can you do this? Because so many clubs treat you well. Because Luke Mones was like, who treats you bad now? And now we're at a level of success where you're never going to a club that's treating you poorly.
Sure.
That's for the B and C clubs. We're not really doing those clubs anymore.
We did it.
We may end up being back there someday.
You got that right.
But this club is above and beyond.
Yes.
They got menus. They go get. First of all, they have Pop-A-Shot. They have
the green room.
They have what do you call it? Putting. They have a putting green. They have a pool table. They have a record player. They have acoustic guitars. They have Nintendo.
80-inch TV. Anything you want. The fridge is stocked with booze and Cokes and soda, and there's snacks, and there's an extra bedroom, Jerry. You can go sleep in there.
Total privacy. And also, everyone's so goddamn nice to you.
I know.
And then they have a clock that ticks up. You're like, why doesn't every club have this?
Tick, not Han.
No need for a light. No need for confusion. No need to go over. Just a big digital clock counting up. And they fucking, what's that word we tried to think of before? Where they cultivated a crowd. They start right on time. And they throw people out if they're loud.
Yes.
It's just perfection, that fucking club.
And the crowds are great. That's the other thing. A lot of people have either like, hey, great crowds, but the staff's a bunch of cunts, or hey, great staff, but the crowds are whatever. They have everything. They got the killer crowd, the killer staff, the killer room. It's right in the town. It's not out in the burbs under some fucking overpass. It's the best. And then the Greek gals are a nice little cherry on top.
Yes, they're very lovely. It's just a great time. So I had that, and that I did Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday, and then straight to Zanies. So then you talk about wacky on a special.
Yeah.
The last show we taped was the 9th show in 5 days.
Wow.
So then you're just like, I'm tired of my ass. I started getting cuckoo and crackers, and I think it's going to show. I think it's going to be a good special.
All right. I can't wait. I mean, it must have been hard to make that transition from boy to girl and from Madison to Chicago because those crowds are so hot.
Right.
And you're just zinging and zanging. And then all of a sudden you get to Rosemont and you're like, oh, Rosemont's good, but it ain't State.
Well, after Thursday and Friday at Madison, I was like, boy, I really should have shot here. Because they're so hot. But also, this is another thing they do. They have a 4-camera shoot, and they have a switch. This guy, Jesse, is switching and just sends you the clip. I'm like, even if Chicago, that was the other great feeling, if Chicago, the whole crew died, or, I died, or the club burned down, I can just take the footage that they give you for free.
That's true.
In Madison.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Now, did you get railed on price? How do you feel about your price for the shooting? You feel like you got a good deal?
It was a lot of fucking money.
But
I made money, and hopefully you make it back. I'm spending a lot of my own money. I've really turned into Louis minus the millions of dollars and the scandals.
Yeah, and the success and the fame.
Yeah, scandals and animals. But I don't want to say how much between the Tom Dustin movie and this special. I can whisper it to you after the show. But it's not pretty.
I'm nervous. That poor child. He's going to be homeless.
Well, make it back.
All right. I believe in you. I think if you get the white guy deal at Netflix, I think they'll scoop you right up.
I'd love to get the deal.
There you go.
Did a half hour 19 years ago.
Woo!
Nobody saw it.
You think that would be a nice stepping stone?
I don't think anyone knows about it.
No.
Didn't do great.
You know, you can rip that and chop that up, too, by the way.
Are you allowed to rip?
I ripped.
Okay.
I ripped it like a hymen.
All right, I'll rip.
Let me just throw this at you.
Please.
I got to stop taking edibles at night because
100%.
I'm
You
in
have a
this. What?
You have a baby?
Not yet. But I got this big house now. You've been there.
I sure have.
And I didn't think of this. I'm getting triggered to my old childhood because I lived in this big house that was a construction site and it was robbed all the time.
Right.
So I was a kid, like I could hear robbers below me in the floor below. Yeah, like crackheads.
Shit. Come on, Jack. Get that computer, Jack.
There was a lot of Asian gangs over there. But, they would go through, and then you come downstairs, and you're like, oh, the pantry's ripped open, the TV's gone, they ate the food, So I have these, trauma from that.
Well, do you have a security system?
It's in the male.
It's
in the female. So the future is female. So every night, there's house sounds. The house is like an asshole. It just goes throughout the night. It's like a gassy lady, and I'm hearing these sounds. And last night, I take the edibles to sleep, so I'm laying in bed. Door slams, just boom out of nowhere. You're like, whoa! You pop right up, and then I'm high.
Oh boy!
So you're like, who's here? And then you do that sheepish, hello. Anyone there? I look at the lady, she's out, so you're like, this is my duty. I have to protect her, so I have a sword over the bed.
I know, and you're sleeping on the 3rd floor.
Top deck.
Yeah, now that's crazy. This is why I never want a house, I never want to move, I never want to live in the sticks. The city, it sounds crazy, but it's safer because you got two floors. You have to scan, what do they call that when they, the FBI or whatever,
Night vision?
They scale,
RoboCop?
They scan, they sweep. I think it's a sweep. You got to do 2 floor sweeps.
Yes. I'm not getting any sweep, I'll tell you that. But so I have to do why the door closed? So then I look under the door to see the light if there's any movement.
Oh, that's scary.
So now I'm at this level, and then I'm like, all right, fuck it. I got to go down there. Creak the door. You just picture an axe, coming right to the noggin. So you creak the door open, nothing there. Turn the light on, then you picture a guy gonna run away or something, and I had to go all the way down. Now I'm at the bottom floor, it's dark, and then I'm high, and then you go, I have to check the cellar.
Oh, boy.
The basement.
You're going all the way to the village?
Yeah.
Hi, folks.
Woo!
Just call Liz.
I had to go all the way down to the basement, and, I get down there, there's a family of migrants. No, but, you do the whole thing, you just picture a guy behind the boiler, and then you turn the light out and you go back up, and the whole time you're expecting a dart to the neck.
Yeah, you're like Kevin McAllister.
Yes.
Dart to the neck. What are you, in West Africa?
Denial. I'm in denial. So, you go back up and you do this, and then right when I get back up the stairs, the cat jumps out of the darkness and attaches to my neck. I threw that thing in the fucking garbage disposal, and I got the hell back to bed, but I'm you get no sleep because you just, every noise, every panic attack, you're like, just come rape me already. Get it over with.
No, that's spooky, and I've always said this, sleeping on this, I've never been in a home where I slept on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in an apartment on the 2nd floor, but that's
Sure.
different. I've never had a 2-floor home once my whole life.
Yeah.
And there's something really spooky about what is downstairs. I think if I had a house with 2 floors, I would sleep on the bottom floor.
I'm thinking about it because it's too scary, and then here's the clinker. So the workers come in every day at 8:30, and I never want to get up that early. So they don't have a key. So I go, let me think about this. So now I'm up at 5 a.m. with the scaries. I unlock the door. I left my front door unlocked so they could get in. That's where I'm at in life. I'd rather get to sleep and get raped anally by a hobo than have a safe house.
Well, where's your wife?
Upstairs.
Doesn't she wake up and look at the door and open the door?
Yeah, sometimes.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes she doesn't.
Well, you might want to get over this because you're going to have a child, and if you're
I
spooked
know.
by the ghost, he's going to be ghosted by the...
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe bleep that. Whatever it is. Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I gotta man up. And I did do the search. You know, they say the real bravery is when you're scared and then you overcome. Instead
Right,
of
of
just
course.
overcoming or
Right.
whatever. Or backcoming. Whatever it is. But pre-cum. But I still went down there and still did the full thing. But I think about maybe I'll get a gun.
That's hard to get in New York, I think.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't think you want a gun with the baby.
I know a guy. Well, they can't hold it yet. They're little.
That's true. It's a little strange. I think
Yeah.
you'll be okay. Get an alarm system. I think you'll be all right.
What about a knife by the bed? What do you think about a knife?
What about a bat? Well, here's what you do. This is what we have. A bat with a big sock on the end of it. And you know why you put the sock there?
No.
Because that way, if
So
you're...
it can catch the cum?
Well, it catches something.
Uh-huh.
This way, you put a big, long sock on the bat. That way, if the intruder is a big fucking asshole, he catches the bat. You can pull the bat
Whoa.
from the sock. So you get another crack, and he's left holding the sock.
That's big.
Yeah, I read that in the Bible somewhere.
Wow.
So you put the sock on the bat, and just in case they catch that thing, they just, whoop, they got the sock.
Whoa.
And then you hit him right in the head with the sock, and
Uh-huh.
then the police come and say, "What the hell is this?" And I said, "I don't know. I socked it to him."
You ever heard that old Jimmy Kimmel's hack where he says...
Yes, I have heard him.
Life hack. He says he has a shotgun under the bed, and the first shot is bird shot. Meaning, like, it'll just hurt the guy.
And
It'll
a
be
bird
like...
shot on me the other day. Folks,
You know, the guy will just be like, oh, shit, it burns. Second shot is a live round.
interesting.
So then if you have to, you shoot him with the bird shot. He goes down. Maybe you hit him with the butt of the handle, and you kiss him, and then you kick him out of there. And if he really keeps coming, now it's on.
Well, Sarah always had a funny idea about, you don't want to have a gun, so you're like, I got a crowbar instead. And then you're like, but now you're just bashing a guy's skull in.
Right.
With a gun, it's like, ah.
I always
With a
said
bat,
that.
you're like,
Yes. Exactly. Because Canada is always like, hey, we don't shoot people, we stab. And I'm like, yeah, but that's way more intimate. You got to look the guy in the eye. You're going in and out of his abdomen. There's blood squirting on your face. I always say it's like breaking up via text is the gun. Stabbing is breaking up in person.
right. What is this Canada we stab people? I never heard that.
They're big stabby cucks over there.
I think they have guns up there.
No, I think they got some hunting stuff. But in the Toronto, it's all knifey.
Oh, Toronto. I see.
Yes. Happy knife, happy life.
But yeah, man, get a gun if you want. But I think New York, it's tricky. And now you have a gun in Brooklyn. If someone breaks in, now they have your gun.
Yeah.
You got a baby. You're buying a gun and a baby. It feels weird, but...
They say number one death, household death, is your own gun. Or
oh,
pool.
yeah. I mean, there's plenty of stats, and I'm all going to get called a cuck, homo, piece of shit, and the comments will go wild. But yeah, a gun in your house, I think it's like you're 90% more likely to kill someone in your house,
Yeah.
in your family, than an intruder.
Well, I'll just leave it under the pillow when I sleep. I mean, I wouldn't have it out.
Right. But in general, you wake up, you're high, and you go, here comes somebody. Oh, that was May.
Yeah.
And then you're free.
That's not a bad out. No, you got something there. All right, maybe I won't do the gun. Maybe,
I wouldn't
maybe
do a gun.
Throwing star.
I don't think you should be a gun guy.
I'm not a gun guy. I would do
No.
this.
Yeah, you'd be all quivery and kooky.
It wouldn't work. And I'd clean it and put it in my mouth as a joke or put it in my ass.
As a serious, maybe some throwing stars.
Yes. Yeah, but the problem is you throw it and it goes over here and the guy goes, I'm going to kill you now.
Right, a throwing porn star.
Hey,
Folks.
bringing it all back.
This is both our punniest and most racist episode. It's kind of fun.
You think so?
Well, for me, I'm throwing some real stuff out there.
Yeah, you got the
Africa,
ghost of the spook.
Jack, the S word.
Well,
are you
it's
gonna
Halloween.
do?
It's spooky.
Yeah, it's a good point. We're having a nice time.
There you go.
Now, how about this? Can I throw one at you? Or
Please.
you got more?
Throw a star at me.
Well, I had this happen the other day. This is like 3 weeks ago, which means 6 weeks ago if you're hearing this. I was out in Royal Oak, Michigan, which is one of my favorite. I always do so well there.
Love Royal Oak.
Those people, I do so well in Royal Oak. They don't even give me they give me the big cardboard check. They come in, they're like, here you go.
Love that.
I love Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. Those people take care of you.
Hell yeah. I love
It was-
that clunk, 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 clunk. They got the sliding castle door.
They sure do. It's the Comedy Castle, which, by the way, I probably say it every year. Mark Ridley is credited with creating the 3-person show.
Get out of here.
That's him.
Wait, host feature head?
That's him, yeah.
What?
Because before that, you had like your Phyllis Diller and Joan Rivers and Lenny Bruce doing a concert.
Uh-huh.
And then you had the Improv in the store doing a showcase.
Uh-huh.
He was the one that was like, we'll have a weak piece of shit comic that we won't pay.
Yes.
Do 10 minutes up front.
I like it.
We'll have an okay, ugly comic, make $4 in the middle.
Makes sense.
And then we'll have the headliner come out and do, 45 an hour.
Wow.
And he may or may not suck.
Well, that was what, the 80s?
I think 80s, early 80s probably.
At his club?
Yes.
Wow. That's big.
Yeah, how about that?
That's
Yeah.
something.
Another interesting thing about Mark Ridley, Comedy Castle, he books one day out of the year. Like September 15th, he books 52 acts, doesn't open his book again.
Whoa.
So if you're a comic that wants to crack in there, you got to get him just on the right day or you missed it.
That's a crazy move.
He works one day a year.
What if you cancel? That can't be right.
This happened last year. I had the baby, and I was like, you know what? The baby's coming. I shouldn't be working. I'm too close to the baby. Let's reschedule. And my agent came back and goes, all right, you're rescheduled for the same date the next year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got to wait till he's doing his big gay work day.
That's right.
That is kooky. I mean, I picture him closing the door, putting a big lock on, getting a giant cup of coffee. He's got 8 whiteboards, like "Mind is Beautiful," and his wife's like, I fell down in the tub," and he's like, "Shut up, you whore! I got the big schedule day."
He's like, all right, we got Sam Morrill on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and that's it. And if you call on the 16th,
That's it.
good luck next year.
You're out. Yeah, it's just a Goodwill Hunting of just all these little Ari Spears and there's a Fortune Feimster over there. He's got all the. It's like a serial killer cop den, where they got the string going.
Yeah, I think it's like Jerry Maguire on draft day or whatever. You're just
Right.
making all the calls. Get me 2. Give me Johnny Utah. Give me 2 and 2 lemonades, a meatball sub, and
Man.
we got it.
What a lazy cunt. I mean, he's got these. I work one day a year. That's it. 364 days. I need open.
That would be a funny movie. We could shoot that. That's
Ah.
funny. The idea of one day it's a comedy booker and he's calling all the agents
Yeah.
and he's got his thing and all the comics are calling.
Oh,
and it all
yeah.
centers around this one guy and you have all these
Yes.
characters.
That's funny.
the open micer trying to get booked, the
Right.
old headliner that can't come up with a thing. And that's fun.
The angry wife. The kids were like, "Dad, I miss you." And he's like, "Shut up! It's schedule day."
That's
Click.
the poster. He's got the cord around him. And
Yes.
there's a baby shitting on his head
Yes.
and a bird sucking him off. And he's like, whoop.
Oh yeah, you see the sun come up, you see the sun go down, and he's like, "I did it.
Yeah.
I got it in."
The sun goes down on him. The daughter eats him out.
Sure, I could put all that in.
Yeah. We should just put this into ChatGPT and there's your movie.
Oh yeah,
That's not bad.
we should be utilizing that more. Don't you feel like I feel like that's out there? It's ruining jobs. It took over my accountant. My lawyer's gay, but I'm not using it.
I don't even have it. I can't
I
look
don't
at it.
either.
I'm scared of it. It scares me. But then now you got all these people being like, if you're not on it, you're falling behind.
Yes,
I'm always
yes.
falling behind.
Same.
I'm not even falling behind. I'm just remaining behind. I
There
like
you go.
behind.
Okay,
My favorite kind of sex.
That's fair. Yeah, from behind.
Someone behind me.
Yeah, I tried to sign up for ChatGPT and it asked 8 questions and I gave up. I was like, I need ChatGPT to sign me into ChatGPT.
I know. I told you that I had to write a recommendation letter to get this apartment. I spent 2.5 hours on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Wrote it, had Liz sign it, and then Louis J. Gomez was like, write a recommendation letter for Joe Liz from Liz. And it went, and it was better than mine, and it took 4 seconds. And I'm like, I'm an asshole.
We're out. We're done.
Yeah, we're going to kill ourselves.
What? Is it free?
ChatGPT
It's free?
It's free. I mean, they're like premium parts of it. You can
I
pay for.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you get but I think the free one sucks. Ronan told me that he used the free one, and the free one stinks. Then you get the $3 a day one, and it's like unbelievable.
That's how they get you. $3 a day. That's the price of a cup of coffee.
Whatever, I don't know. Not in this neighborhood, it's not.
That's true.
It's fucking brutal out here.
It's crazy. Everybody's leaving.
Well, let me tell you this funny story.
Please.
Leaving. I just got here. God. Karen's not leaving, is she?
No, no.
So, Great party yesterday. Was that
Great
fun?
party. Good
I didn't
times.
think you were coming. There you were all of a sudden. I don't know who made you or what happened, but that was exciting.
I'm like Jon Stewart. I'm unpredictable. You never know which way I'm going to go.
That's true, but we had a beautiful first birthday party for the baby. He had no idea, but boy, it was a star-studded event.
Ari, Sam, the other guy.
Yeah, a bunch of others, Siobhan, Matt Wayne, Sarah, Feehan,
Porn star
Balsham,
territory. I don't know about
Hannigan,
star.
Katie Hannigan, Mike Vecchione,
Uh-huh.
my dad.
Whoa! I'm sorry. I missed old Stevie.
He was there when you were there.
I didn't catch him.
Yeah, he keeps a low profile.
He blends in. It's him and a bush. I can't tell the difference.
Well, if you missed him, he was like this.
Okay. I saw
Yeah.
that. I thought that was a random tourist who was taking in the ocean. I didn't know that was him. Jeez, I feel bad. I walked right by him and pushed him into the sewer.
But anyways,
no
it
idea.
was a great day. But let me tell you this quick one. Royal Oak.
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
out there. This is a classic comedian thing. To me, I hope this translates as a story because it feels so comedian to me.
Big J Royal Okerson.
It really makes me laugh. So I'm out there with Matt Wayne, my homeboy, my number one pal, and we're sitting at a diner. There's a great diner in Royal Oak. I forget the name of it. Something family restaurant, bunch of Greek bitches.
I know it.
My daughters. So we're sitting there eating, and the conversation's it's just two comics that have been hanging out for 75 hours straight. So we're on the topic of Crocodile Dundee holds up or it doesn't hold up. And so Matt Wayne's like, I just rewatched it. It doesn't hold up. That movie sucks. It stinks. And I don't really know Dundee that well. I saw it when I was a kid.
It's
he
fun.
crawls on the people's heads, I remember,
Yes.
in the subway, and that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yes.
That's all I really remember.
It's the ultimate fish out of water. You got
Right.
a guy from Australia who's like a woodsman, or what do you call it? A crocodile hunter, basically.
Uh-huh.
And you pop him right into the most busiest, craziest, diverse city in the world.
I remember the poster. The poster's very effective.
Yes.
He's got the skyline and he's pulling it like it's grass.
Yeah.
Good poster.
Good poster. It might be the most 80s movie of all time. It's
Yeah.
very 80s.
So that's a great poster. I don't remember the film. I don't give a fuck about the film. I don't care about I'm out of my element here.
Right.
And everyone's like, shit, motherfucker. And he's like, this is a knife. It's just gay. I don't care.
Yeah, happy knife, happy life.
So he said, it doesn't hold up. I watched it. It stinks. And I said, maybe I should watch it. And he's like, it must have been one of these movies that actually sucks, but when you're a kid, you think is good.
Yes,
so
like
I
Goonies.
I love looking up. This is our time down here. I love looking up.
God.
And one of those guys became a powerful lawyer. Chunk.
Oh, Chunk the Jew.
Yes. Chunk the Jew.
We should call you
Now
Chunk.
there's-
That works.
Now there's a movie. Chunk the Jew.
Chunk the Jew.
Now there's a picture.
We got 2 movies out of this pod.
That's pretty good. ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So I like to look up old movies when we were a kid and see what the Rotten Tomato, what people were, adults were saying.
sure.
Then. Like Ace Ventura has like 4% Rotten Tomatoes. Everyone's like, this is a piece of shit. Kramer, this phone's a piece of junk. Goodbye.
Yeah.
So I look up Crocodile Dundee and I say, Matt, take a guess what the Rotten Tomatoes is on Crocodile Dundee.
Now that's
And,
fun.
Why don't you take a guess while you're thinking about it?
Rotten
While you're
Tomatoes
sitting
on
here.
Big Croc. Well, it did crazy box office.
Blew the roof off my tits.
They made a sequel.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go 64.
Okay, so that's what he guesses 21% because he's like, I
Okay.
think it sucked. And we might have to get a fact check from Chuck here, but it's like 92%.
Fact check.
So I go, it's 92. And we go, what? Oh my
What?
God, that's crazy.
Really?
And while we're having this Crocodile Dundee, I go, well, we got to look up Crocodile Dundee 2. And he's like, I actually like that one better. That one's the better film. So I go, all right, well, I look up Crocodile Dundee 2, and I'm quite surprised by the Rotten Tomatoes on this. And I go, what do you think it is? And he goes, let me think. And while he's thinking, you just hear, oh, no, call the ambulance. Oh, my God, whatever. We turn, and some big fat asshole who's eating the same breakfast as me, pancakes and cinnamon roll and eggs and bacon, just goes,
Whoa, Timber.
collapses. Tim Burton falls down, smashes his head's bleeding, he's having
Whoa.
a seizure. There's a lady sitting on this side of the diner. She goes, I'm a nurse. She punts her kid. She got 3 kids, kicks them, runs over and like does a Marty McFly slide to the guy, starts doing CPR,
Whoa.
breathing on him, call 911. The Greeks are like, what do we call the police? I don't call the police. Oh my God. I can't do
Oh,
voices. And we're going, oh my God, this is nuts. The ambulance comes. And then he's dead. He's coming to, and you just hear, "How long was I out?" And she's like, "Oh my God, honey, you're dying. Is he gonna die?" And then you're like, kind of like, you're like, "Well, I don't know what to do." They called the ambulance.
He seems fine.
Seems okay. He's getting up, and he's fat. He's gonna die. That's what you get for being fat. And I just turned to Matt and I go, "So what do you think? Rotten Tomatoes?" And he goes, "I don't know, 75%." It's like 14. And so now we're just having our Crocodile Dundee Rotten Tomatoes, and there's a guy, they're doing surgery, they're giving him stitches, and they're lifting his legs to get blood to the head and head to the blood.
Wow, she touched my leg.
And so it's just classic that you're like, I don't know, I got nothing. What do you think about the Crocodile Dundee? So we're back to Crocodile Dundee talk. And then we were laughing because I'm like, everyone in here is going to be telling this story.
That's right.
For days and months and years, and we won't even remember it because we're so dead on the inside and there's so much traveling and running around.
Yes.
And Royal Oak, this is big happenings.
Yes.
And we're just kind of like, well, he might die.
Also, you're a couple of New York queefs, so you're in there like, I see this 3 times a week on the L train.
Absolutely. I mean, I saw a guy shooting heroin into his own asshole in my apartment yesterday.
Yeah, sorry about that. But also, I think, too, what do? Like, people, there's a couple moves you can do. The fake stand-up. You guys okay?
Right.
The fake stand-up is because it shows you're attentive, you're doing something, but you're not actually doing something. It's kind of like when you cross the street and a car's waiting for you, so you go,
Uh-huh.
You're not actually going faster. You just lift your shoulders up a little bit.
Right.
But that goes a long way. I feel like with a girlfriend, when they come with you like, oh, I had a miscarriage, you got to go, you okay?
Yeah, you get him an
just,
apple juice.
Yeah, the okay doesn't do anything, but it does go a long way.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. And then there's a nurse lady. Now, if it had been just us, maybe I would have called 911. I would have went over and talked to the wife and tried to make out with her or whatever while he was out conscious. But,
sure.
Someone's on it. There's a nurse. There's 911. There's nothing left to do except talk about Crocodile Dundee.
That's it. And the sequel. You know what you could have done? This is kind of a cool guy move. You all right, man? I'll get your bill.
Oh, I don't think so.
All right.
Nah.
Just try to think of some way to help.
That could be on the restaurant. And then he was doing the classic American thing where he comes to and he's like, "Don't call. I don't need an ambulance. No ambulance." And you're like, "So you just passed out and fell down on the ground.
Yeah.
You do need an ambulance. You can't just be like, I'm tired."
I'm with that guy. I don't want to go to the hospital.
Well, no one wants to go to the hospital, but you should really probably have a quick exam of some sort. If you're
That's
big
true.
and fat and it's not normal to just be at breakfast and keel over.
That is it's a good point you got there, Fatty.
Might want to look at that as a red flag.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
For Crocodile Dundee?
Yeah. I think it's 89 and 14. That's if I remember.
89.
How about that recall, huh?
That's good. 9.
Niner!
9 times.
Uno digit.
I've got it right here in front of me.
9.
Wow. How about that? 9% of reviews were positive.
Wow. I mean, 2 is a heap of garbage. It's like Puerto Rico.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Call
No.
back.
2 is really bad. Matt Wayne is off his rocker. He should be keeling over in that diner after saying 2 is better.
Well, I got to check them both out, and I'll get back to you on this.
But yeah, 1 was a bit. I remember that played in the Norman household on loop, baby.
Well, you guys were from the South. That's kind of like Australia.
Yeah, well, I think in the 90s, Australia was weird. That was like a whole nother land that you didn't go to. It was too far.
Right.
Then after a while, air travel picked up, and you can pop right over. I'm going in August.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. Have you been?
No, I was supposed to go the days before the COVID shutdown. Now I got a Bambino. You can't. What are you going to do? You can't be on the plane for 22 hours.
That's true. That could be tough.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
You drug them.
So when are you going?
August.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
Plenty of time, but I'll have a 6-month-old.
No, 9 months.
9-month-old.
8 months. Fuck.
Even worse.
Months are tricky. 7 months.
Thank you.
7
Split
months.
the diff.
Final answer.
So, yeah, can you bring a 7-month on a 22-hour haul? Is it better when they're young or is it better when they're older?
They sleep a lot. It's better when they're young. They sleep on the plane. Now he's away. I mean, he slept a lot. I mean, I've had 18 flights with this kid. I mean, multiple 6-hour flights. No 22-hour flights though. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
long time. That's a lot of diapers and breastfeeding and all that shit.
And you had that diarrhea debacle.
I've had a couple of those. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. All right.
Well, we got to wrap this thing up with a bow here.
Shit. How about the president? They're elected.
They might not even be by the time they're listening to this. It's going to be a tight vagina.
Yeah, you can feel. I'm like, we shouldn't be talking about this because it's already out, right?
Yeah.
But you can feel the desperation of like the both sides of like, it's crunch time. We got to make this happen.
Oh, it's crunchy, but people are going to be upset by this because they're going to be like, they recorded this 9
All
months
right,
ago.
all right,
What
cut
the
that,
fuck?
cut
But
that.
it'll be interesting.
All right, well,
But yeah, something happened. Election happened. We don't know. It's tight. It's gay. My father's gay. George is saying cut it.
I've been turning the news off. I haven't watched it. I have no idea who's president. Hoping it Yang.
Yang-y, yin-yang. Well, we
Yeah.
got some big stuff coming up. I assume the town hall is over.
Yeah, this will come out on the 11th, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Good
Okay.
Lord. Okay, well, this weekend I'm back in Key West with Sam Talent. I got the movies playing Sunday afternoon in Key West, Williams Hall. It might be sold out. It's the Key West Film Festival. I'm down there all
Whoa.
week for that.
Whoa.
We're going to be all over there. I'm going to have the beret and the sunglasses and my cock out because it's Key West.
Hell yeah.
And Sam Talent was already booked, so we're just doing the shows together. So it's me, Sam Talent, Sarah Talamaj. My parents are coming, my Uncle Dale.
Whoa.
It's going to be nuts. Uncle Brian, Uncle Doug, all the firemen are down there.
What a lineup.
So come on down for that. And then December 5th through the 7th, first time ever working San Diego American Comedy Co.
Oh, you're going to love it.
I keep hearing nice things. And then January, I hit the road back hard and fast and wet. I got Montreal coming up for the first time in a long time. I don't know my other dates. Kansas City is in January. Fuck, I really should have my book with me. But definitely have Kansas City coming up and San Diego. And the Patreon is fucking ripping and roaring. Oh, April 19th. Wilbur Theater in Boston, Patriots Day, the real comics come home, comic comes home, April 19th. I'll be there with Bells on and Richard Belzer, and I believe January 8th, or January 9th, we're playing Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian in Somerville.
Whoa.
I got to get the details of this, but look on my web, look at punchuplive.com. It's all going to be there. Subscribe to our Punch Up, subscribe to Patreon. Where are you?
Oh, Nelly, I'm all over, baby. I am at the Poughkeepsie Opera House, then Torrington, Connecticut on Saturday, which I don't know where that is at the Warner Theater, but come on out to that. Not selling well. Then I'm at the North Charleston Performing Arts Center on the 22nd in North Charleston, but Asheville was canceled due to Helene.
Oh.
So don't come to that, but we are doing a Protect Our Parks that day. So we scooped it up. Then I'm going to NOLA for the Big Turkey. Then a lot of dates in Providence. Comedy Connection. Most of it's sold out. We're adding shows. I love that club. I love that state. Inglewood, New Jersey. Wilkes-Barre. Dallas. Houston. And Phoenix for now. And then the Ryman in March. So buy the tickets to the Nashville, the Gashville, and get on the Patreon, folks, and go through the website called Thank you.
Patreon.com/Tuesdays.
Patreon. That's the website. Patreon.com.
We're about to do one right now. What do you got there, Chunk Jew?
Check out my podcast, Fun Bearable with comic Ray Harrington. All through November, we're doing crossover episodes with Tell 'em Steve Dave, so that's going to be fun. This weekend, I'm heading to Rhode Island Comic Con to moderate a Friday the 13th panel with Kane Hodder and a Reno 911 panel with the whole cast of Reno 911. So those will be up on the Fun Bearable feed really soon, I'm sure.
That's exciting.
So check it out. funbearablepod.com.
All right. That's it from us. Thanks for coming along for all these years.
Praise Allah, keep it up.
Sounds